When I first heard Camila sing, I was just like, whoa, we have a voice and we have a spirit.
She's already proven that she is a force to be reckoned with.
I think Camila's poised to be one of the biggest artists in the world, and she maybe is up there already.
It's wide open for her. She could literally do anything.
I'm currently on my way to.
I remember growing up, I was singing, but there was no real possibility in my mind of this being a career choice. My family's attitude of never setting limits on yourself. That's literally the reason there's a camera here right now. It's really my mom and my dad and my grandparents that had to struggle.
Of course, our reality in Cuba was quite different. And we're not in a place that I don't have a space to grow or have a better future for our family. I need to move.
Bueno, yo conocí a Sinue hace 22 años ya. Y cuando Camila tenía 5 o 6 años por ahí, mi esposa fue la que me orilló a decidirnos a mudarnos para Estados Unidos. Bueno, no me quedó otra más que apoyarla porque al final uno hace lo que sea por sus hijos.
For me, it was about her. The only thing that I repeat to myself is like, she can stay here, she can stay here, we need to leave.
Como mexicano, yo no tenía visa, pero Sinue como ciudadana cubana y Camila como cubana tenían el acceso a Estados Unidos sin necesidad de una visa. Las dejé a ellas en la frontera, 22 horas que las tuvieron detenidas, finalmente les dan un parol.
It was kind of scary. So what I told her was that we want to go to Disney.
Saying bye to my dad, I felt, why is everybody so emotional? But I was mostly just like, yeah, I'm going to Disney World!
I didn't cry or anything. I was just making the whole story and believing in myself.
Se fueron realmente prácticamente sin nada. Ahí la estaban esperando una amiga nuestra.
Vinieron para acá, para mi casa. Si no es arquitecta y empezar de la nada, su mamá empezó trabajando en una tienda. No es fácil, no es fácil.
It's crazy to me that my mom was an architect in Cuba, and then all of a sudden that past is erased.
I knew it would be hard for me, so I was prepared.
She went from one opportunity to the next and just kind of kept slowly climbing up. No matter what, she was always so present in my life. I never even knew anything was difficult, you know? I had this Disney calendar that would always mark the X's until the day that my dad was gonna come.
Papa. We were expecting him to come with a visa, and it never happened. Every time that he tried, he was rejected.
Y yo ya estaba desesperado por estar con mi familia. Me nadé el río y estuve arriesgando la vida prácticamente, ¿no? Tú lo que quieres es estar con tu familia y honestamente fue el viaje más feliz de mi vida.
I feel just in awe of everything that my family had to go through and the people that have helped us out along the way.
La comunidad cubana siempre te da un apoyo imprescindible. Cuando dos cubanos se encuentran es como si fueran dos magnets.
I feel close to my people here. That's why we're never gonna leave Miami.
Yo debo decir que los cubanos en general somos muy solidarios. Nos ayudamos unos a otros.
I live next door, so they brought me into the family, and then my family and I, we do the same for someone else. And yes, we make it a party sometimes. It's crazy.
En Cuba todas las fiestas terminan con karaoke y cantan los viejos y los niños.
At any given time, when we're having lunch, dinner, somebody will start singing.
Entonces es una familia musical, porque también el papá de ella canta de Camila, Alex también canta, es muy buena voz.
Camila era muy introvertida.
Muy tímida. Mis amigos siempre decían que a quién había salido Camila tan tímida.
Yeah, Every time that she saw us, like we were dancing or singing or anything, she was like, no.
Cuando nadie la veía, es que yo me daba cuenta que ella intentaba cantar, aunque no se sabía las canciones, pero si más de 5 o 3 personas se le quedaban viendo qué estaba haciendo, empezaba a llorar igual.
I was always obsessed with artists and music.
I
don't know why I never sang in front of my family. I was just like super shy.
Entonces canta.
Canta, mírame.
I would just start crying.
Ella nos decía a mí y a Sinué, no van a salir a comprar. Cuando nosotros salíamos, es que ella empezaba a hacer su karaoke y sus cosas. Nunca la habíamos escuchado cantar.
I love music so much, but it definitely takes a lot for me to break out of my shell.
5, 6, 7, 8. Slide, slide, slippery slide. 1, 1, 1. In school, even though I was shy, I would get like my little boombox, and I would get like my High School Musical CDs. Like the kids that liked that music would come over and hang out with me, and we would talk. That was definitely my way of connecting with people because it breaks you out of being shy.
Erin right now will be performing live one of her songs from High School Musical 2.
I started making these videos with my face covered because I didn't want anybody in school to find out.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2.
Yeah! Something clicked for me where I was like, oh, this is a way of getting into the singing thing because you don't have to have money to post a YouTube video. I posted at least 20 videos and I deleted all of them except for one.
Skies are crying, I am watching.
I would get like 2 comments and I'd be like, oh my God! Posting those covers on YouTube definitely gave me just a little bit more confidence. When I turned 15, I told my family I would really like to be taken to the North Carolina X Factor auditions.
I never saw the show, but I told my husband she needs to try because she was obsessed with it. Let's make it about a vacation. Like we can go to the zoo, we can go to the aquarium. And then if she gets rejected, she's not gonna feel like so heavy. We went from one step to another step, and we were like, what is happening here?
I saw black dots. My knees were so shaky, and I can't remember what happened because my brain was like, nope, deleted.
What do you do when you're not singing?
I would love to say something interesting, but all I do is sing karaoke and watch like One Direction videos.
I do remember really well with Camilla, that first audition. She comes out and is amazing.
I knew she was nervous, but it was like magic. In the moment that she turned to the other side, she became another person. I was like, who is that girl?
Yo no sé en qué momento ella tomó ese coraje de salir frente a 10 o 15,000 personas y empezar a cantar.
It feels like a dream. I came out there and I was like, did that just happen?
I don't remember what it felt like to pass. I remember what it felt like to get cut, though.
I'm really sorry. Thank you very much indeed.
I think I said to one of the judges with me, you know what, I can see them in a group.
The judges asked me to call the following people back to the stage.
You are all invited to the judges' home.
We didn't overthink the One Direction audition, and the same with Fifth Harmony. It happened in about 5 minutes. What we want is a group who are going to take over all over the world.
Everybody called me Carla in my school, and from that moment I was like, no, I want to be called Camila because it was a new beginning for me. In interviews and everything, I got the chance to just start over, and I was goofy and I was extroverted.
She got it right from the beginning. It was almost like she'd been doing this longer than she had.
I don't know how to explain it. She becomes an artist when she's on a stage.
When I was in the group, I experienced different things and grew a lot, but then it felt like I had new things to talk about. I think for me as an artist, the only way to really feel good is to make stuff that you love. But I got to this place where I couldn't express how I was feeling because I did not understand my emotions.
I think it was hard for Camilla in Fifth Harmony because she does have that desire to write songs and she has something to say.
I think I got to that point where you're just kind of like, something has to change.
When she told me kind of early on that she was going to leave, it was like, whoa, it's like a year earlier than I thought. But once she'd made her mind up, you know, I had to respect that.
This whole time, I had been writing by myself. And I was so nervous to get into the studio because I've never written in the room with producers before. I had acid reflux and I didn't sleep at all. I was like, am I actually good, or is it just my mom and my family that thinks I'm good?
Of course, I made all of the classic assumptions of like, oh, she's from a girl band that was put together. Maybe she doesn't have that much writing experience.
At the beginning, Camila didn't really know what the studio etiquette is for writing and where she should inject herself into things.
Frank played this beat, and I just started doing melodies over it, and he was like, oh my God, what the heck? We literally have a whole song. I'd never written like that before. It was so much better for me, and I felt like I was not afraid.
It's like it became clear that she was super talented and could write incredible songs.
Oh, na, 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 na.
We had talked about the concept of doing a record called Nights in Havana or something like that. Initially, all it was that we wrote to was just a piano, a clap, and a bass. The hook was so strong and the beat was so strong, we just didn't stop till it felt right.
There was just a vibe. I think just something clicked for both of us.
When I first heard Havana, I got chills down my spine, but I don't think there was very many supporters saying that it's going to be a hit.
I don't think Havana was even the single, but you know, at the end of the day, I think the people chose the song that they loved.
You know, when it came out, it was like an instant reaction. I started getting texts like crazy. I started getting phone calls like crazy. Within the first few hours, I said, oh my God, we got it. This is it.
Nah, nah, nah. Z100!
She got #1, bro.
#1!
This is a huge song. This is like her song, and it's like a song that only she could do.
It just made her not question herself. And I'm so glad that that happened, because I think it's going to help take her to the next level.
People are really seeing the full artist, the writing, the incredible performances. She's tireless about it. One time in the studio, she did 110 takes, and everyone was like, you had it at 40.
She wanted the ability to make the record she wanted to make. And then she realized, obviously, now that people like her music. I mean, the fact she's #1 on the single and album chart, that's magic.
In the beginning of my album, it was going to be called The Hurting, The Healing, The Loving. And I changed it because I feel like I healed in a halfway point. And after that, I was just like, no, this album is about me, and it's about how I felt, how I love people, and I've decided to ask way less people for opinions. Oh my God, that's my song playing. You go, Boat. You go. That's so cool. And you know what? It's the best when I hear it in Miami.
The family crest of her is courage. The fact that she had the courage to liberate herself from a place that she didn't feel her most authentic and creative self all stems back from the courage that her mother had.
This is just such a unique moment in my life. Like, when am I ever gonna get to put out my first album again?
#1 song in America.
In my family, I have so much love around me all the time, which is, I think, the biggest reason why I haven't lost my footing.
We miss you!
Something that's just present in our family is this kind of like blind courage. Every day, there's something that makes me nervous that I just push myself to do.
Yo creo que es una familia de verdad de mujeres muy fuertes. Si no es ahora, por ejemplo, ha dejado su carrera para dedicarse a la carrera de su hija. Nadie lo podría hacer mejor realmente. Yo creo que sí, que somos una familia de mujeres fuertes.
Camila ha tomado mucha seguridad en ella, en su forma de expresarse, en su forma de escribir, en su forma de cantar.
She knows the music that she want to sing. She knows the message that she want to say.
She's shown me whenever you're the most afraid, that's when you gotta make the jump. I love you, Mama.
It's so important that she become a voice for the people that don't have the same circumstances as us. Because we are the same of every family that comes here and trying to find a better future for our children.
Every time I come here, I feel like more in touch with everything that my family had to go through for me. It's just that sense of being humbled by where you come from. Also, the food is awesome.